welcome to the stage, IndyStar Executive Editor Ryan Martin.
Good evening, and welcome to the 2026 Indiana High School Sports Awards. My name is Ryan Martin, and I'm the Executive Editor at IndyStar. We are here tonight to celebrate the accomplishments of our most outstanding high school athletes across the entire state. Let's give a round of applause for all of our nominees. Athletes, you have dedicated the hours to become one of the best. And not to be overlooked, a special thank you to all the people who helped you get here. The coaches, the parents, family, and friends who provided love, support, and guidance. We're going to be clapping a few times during my welcome. On behalf of everyone at IndyStar, we want to congratulate you for being here. We at IndyStar are proud to be the state's premier source of high school sports coverage and the host of tonight's show. We are able to provide unmatched coverage of high school sports because of our readers and subscribers, so thank you for supporting local news. And if you pull out your phones right now and download or open your IndyStar app, you can follow along tonight with our live blog of tonight's show. And you'll be able to find photos from this show later tonight. And while we're on the topic, tonight also wouldn't be possible without our dedicated reporters, editors, and photojournalists. So I also want to give them a much-deserved shout-out as well. I'm going to take a moment to thank all of our sponsors. Their support and investment in this program has allowed us to be here tonight to celebrate these student athletes. And their contribution has also allowed all of our nominees to attend tonight's show free of charge. So first, a big thank you to our presenting level sponsor, the Indiana Pacers and Indiana Fever. And another big thank you to our supporting sponsors, Indiana Sports Corp, Indy Ignite, and Indy 11. And lastly, we want to give a special shout out to the person who's been setting the tone for tonight. Let's give a big welcome and thank you to DJ No. Okay, at this point, I'm going to turn things over to one of our amazing sports journalists, Kyle Neddenriff. He and one of our other journalists, Brian Henshin, are going to take you the rest of the way tonight. Come on out, Kyle.
Well, thank you, Ryan, and good evening, everyone. Thanks so much for being here. We look forward to this event every year. New venue this year. It's great to be at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. It's a great venue, and we got a lot of people here tonight, so it's great to see everybody. Just a few housekeeping notes before we get started. To view tonight's digital program and see a full list of nominees, you can scan the QR code and view the link above that you see at the screen there. Photos from tonight's event will be published at IndyStar.com within the next few days. And if you take any photos tonight, please follow us and tag us on all your social stories and posts using @IndySports on Instagram and Twitter, X, and IndyStar on TikTok. If you're announced as a winner, please make your way up the stage to accept your award. You're going to come up on my right, on your left, and then as you receive your award, pause for a photo over here, and then exit stage, my left, your right. And then we also would like you to go back and take pictures. Mark and Josh will show you the way back there to go take pictures in the back there. We're going to start with our Player of the Year awards from the fall and winter sports, and then we'll recognize our spring watch list athletes, followed by our guest speaker, Pacers Sports and Entertainment, Executive Vice President of External Relations, Julie Rowe Latch, and we'll finish with top awards of the night. Presenting tonight's Girls Sports Awards is Ashley Newbold from Indiana Sports Corp. For more than 45 years, Indiana Sports Corp has been a leading civic organization dedicated to advancing our community through sports. The organization has hosted more than 500 national and international sporting events, generating over $5 billion in direct spending for the community during that time. A key pillar of its 2050 vision is a strong focus on women's sports, including the building of the nation's leading women's sports ecosystem with the ultimate goal of making Indianapolis the women's sports capital of the world. Please give the Indiana Sports Corp a big round of applause. Helping me tonight also is Brian Henson. He'll be coming up here shortly, but we're going to start tonight with our first sport. It's cross country. Will all the nominees for girls cross country please stand? And the girls cross country runner of the year, Libby Dowdy, Indian Creek High School. Libby won the state championship in cross country last fall, winning her second championship in 3 years. Dowdy finished with a time of 17 minutes, 10.2 seconds to win state. She's a three-time winner of the Gatorade Cross Country Runner of the Year for Indiana. She's a Louisville recruit, also a standout in track and field with multiple sectional and regional titles in the 1,600 and 3,200 meters. She finished sixth in the 3,200 as a junior and second as a sophomore. And if that's not enough, Libby also is a state champion in girls wrestling in the 110-pound weight class. Congratulations again, Libby Dowdy. That's quite a resume, I'll say. Boys cross country nominees, please stand. And the boys cross country runner of the year, Calvin Seitz, Springs Valley High School. Calvin, as a junior, went head-to-head with one of the state's top distance runners, Westview's Noah Bontrager, dueling down the stretch to win the state meet by 0.02 of a second with a time of 15 minutes, 1.22 seconds. As a freshman, Seitz took 12th in state. Congratulations again, Calvin Seitz, Springs Valley. Now we continue with our IndyStar Mr. Football Award. This award was initially introduced in December, but we want to recognize the nominees and winner again tonight. Will all the football invitees please stand? And the winner, as previously announced, IndyStar Mr. Football winner, Miles McLaughlin, Knox High School. Miles is already at Murray State to get started on his college football career, but to accept on his behalf his mother, Suzanne McLaughlin. McLaughlin attracted national attention this season, setting national records for rushing yards in a single season with 4,846 yards and 71 rushing touchdowns. He helped 13-1 Knox to the semi-state in Class 3A, finished his high school career with 11,839 rushing yards to rank third nationally. He also had 66 tackles and 8 interceptions as a senior. Again, congratulations, Miles McLaughlin, Knox High School. And now I will hand it over to my colleague, Brian Henson.
All right, we're going to continue tonight awards with a new award that we're presenting this year, and that is for girls flag football. If all the girls flag football nominees could please stand. The winner of the inaugural Flag Football Award is Olivia Dawson from Penn High School. In the first girls flag football state championship, Penn defeated Lawrence North 35-12. In the championship game, Dawson had 4 interceptions and also caught a touchdown pass. For the season, 46 passes for 638 yards and 14 touchdowns, plus 6 interceptions on defense. She also averaged 8 points per game for her basketball team. Congratulations, Olivia. I'm still dialing in the timing, so we'll work on that here for these next few awards. Next, let's go ahead and recognize our girls athlete, our nominees in girls golf for Girls Golfer of the Year. If all those nominees could please stand. And the Girls Golfer of the Year is Taylor Snively from Zionsville Community High School. Taylor couldn't be here tonight, but she staged a second-round comeback at this year's state championship to repeat as individual medalist with a 2-day score of 3 under 141. It's the 4th best 36-hole total in event history and helped Zionsville secure its second straight state team title. Snively was the 8th golfer in IHSA history to win back-to-back state championships this fall and the first to do so as a freshman and sophomore. Congratulations to Taylor. Next up, we have our Athlete of the Year nominees in gymnastics. If all the award nominees for gymnastics could please stand. And the gymnastics Athlete of the Year is Jillian Krieger from Homestead High School. Krieger, a junior, won the uneven bars in the all-around competition at the state meet. She tied for the state championship in the bars, took 3rd on the balance beam, tied for 4th in floor exercise, and finished 5th in the vault to accumulate 37.975 points to earn the all-around crown. She's the first Homestead all-around winner since 2000, and she also won vault as a freshman. Congratulations to Jillian. And with that, I'm going to hand things back over to Kyle Nednarip to keep the show going.
All right, to present the Athlete of the Year for Boys and Girls Soccer, please join me in welcoming Eric Dick, goalkeeper for the Indy 11.
Hello, everybody. First off, my name is Eric Dick. I'm a goalkeeper for Indy 11. First and foremost, congratulations on all of your accomplishments this year. The hard work and time and everything's paid off, and congratulations to you all. Special shout out for the soccer players and all the Indy 11 Academy people representing the club another season in the best way that they can. So congratulations to them and congratulations to you all. I'm standing here as a former product of Indiana soccer myself. I grew up in Carmel, Indiana, moved there when I was 5 years old, and played Carmel High School, recreational soccer, club soccer, travel soccer. Went to Butler University, just down the road here, go Dogs, and was fortunate to find myself in the middle of a 9-year professional career post-college. It's taken me a lot of places away from Indiana, but now this is my first year back home, representing the city and state that really shaped me into who I am today. So it's a real pleasure to be in front of you guys, and it's an honor and exciting to see that Indiana is still churning out amazing athletes. And congratulations, and whatever's next for you all. Continue to have that passion and drive that has brought you this far, whether it's athletically, academically, whatever your life has in store for you. Enjoy it, and congratulations to you all.
With that said, thanks so much again to Eric Dick for being here tonight. Will all the award winner nominees for girls soccer please stand? And the winner for Girls Soccer Player of the Year, Adeline Cameron, Carmel High School. Cameron closed out her high school career with a bang, scoring a school record 40 goals for the 19-2-1 state runner-up Greyhounds. The senior striker had multiple hat tricks, a couple of 4-goal games, and finished her career with nearly 100 goals in 56 games played. Congratulations again, Adeline Cameron, Carmel High School. Next up, will all the boys soccer nominees please stand? And the boys soccer player of the year, Christian Zermino, Guerin Catholic High School. Christian's unable to attend this evening, accepting on his behalf Jim Alvarez from Guerin Catholic High School. The senior midfielder helped nationally ranked Golden Eagles win their third state championship in program history this fall, netting a team-high 23 assists and 19 goals. He also aided a defense that allowed just 18 goals in 22 games. Zermino scored 6 goals in 6 state tournament games, including a big game against Hanover Central in the semi-state. Congratulations again to Christian. And thanks again to the Indy 11 for being here tonight to sponsor the soccer awards. That means a lot to us as well. And with that said, Brian Henson.
All right, now it's time to honor the athletes in swimming and diving. Let's start with the girls. If all the nominees for girls swimming and diving could please stand. The girls swimming and diving athlete of the year is Molly Sweeney from Carmel High School.
This is me.
Molly is the daughter of Butler Hall of Fame soccer players, but made her mark in swimming. As a senior, she won the 100 butterfly and 100 breaststroke and helped Carmel win the 200 medley relay. She increased her total state titles to 13, which ranks as the 5th most, in IHSA history. Congratulations to Molly. Will all the award nominees in boys swimming and diving please stand? The boys swimming and diving athlete of the year is Peter Kovacs from Bloomington South High School. Kovacs, a sophomore, swept the sprint freestyles at the state meet, winning the 50-yard freestyle in 20.12 seconds and the 100-yard freestyle in 43.79 seconds. Those are the first 2 state titles for Kovacs, whose older brother David was the state champion in the IM and backstroke last year. Congratulations to Peter. And now for the Players of the Year nominees in boys tennis. If all of you could please stand. Nominees for boys tennis. And the boys tennis player of the year is Joe Green from Homestead High School. Green led the Spartans to a runner-up finish at the team state championship event in October that made history a week later, becoming the first freshman in IHSA history to win the singles state championship, doing so with back-to-back Saturday sweeps. He is the second Homestead Spartan to win a singles title. Congratulations to Joe. And with that, I will hand things back over to Kyle to continue the fall sports.
Brian and I getting our steps in tonight. And now please welcome Carly Klenak, our VP of Marketing and Game Day Experience from Indy Ignite, to present girls volleyball.
In true high school sports fashion, it is Klenak. It's okay. I'm sure many of you have had things like that. So honored and excited to be here today to represent the Indy Ignite and also celebrate all of you guys. The vision of the Indy Ignite is to inspire everyone who comes to watch us compete to achieve their dreams with relentless ambition by developing passionate, creative, and inclusive community through our platform of professional women's volleyball. Above all else, we believe in the power of sport and the power of it to build confidence, resilience, discipline, to bring joy to our lives in a way that nothing else can, to create safe spaces for us to express ourselves, to be fully ourselves, and to allow you guys to set an example for others to do the same. Each of you here has the privilege to hold a platform to create change in your communities because of the sport that you play, because of the hard work that you've put in to put yourself in a position to be here on this stage tonight. We at the Indy Ignite are honored to celebrate not only the fantastic volleyball players who are here, who we're very excited to have watched this year and be able to add to the volleyball community here, but everyone in this room, and celebrate the impact that each of you has with the platform that you have through your sport. While our mission at the Ignite is to inspire those who watch us play, we cannot help but be the most inspired when we have a chance to watch you all play. Without further ado, I'm excited for Kyle to announce our winners.
Thank you, Carly. If you're a nominee for a girls volleyball, please stand. And the girls volleyball player of the year, Bailey Sinish, Fort Wayne Carroll High School. Bailey, an outside hitter, was named Miss Volleyball and Gatorade Player of the Year in Indiana after leading her team to a 37-0 record and Class 4A state championship. She compiled 557 kills and 219 digs, including 17 kills in the state championship game against Plainfield. She concluded her career with 1,808 kills and 854 digs. She will continue her volleyball career at IU Indy. Congratulations, Bailey. And thank you again to the Indy Ignite for sponsoring that award. Now it's time to present our final award for this part of the show, and we conclude with wrestling. Will the award nominees for girls wrestling please stand? And the girls wrestling athlete of the year, Corabella Wesley, Hobart High School. Wesley won the state championship in girls wrestling at the IHSA state meet in the 125-pound weight class as a freshman, completing a remarkable 42-0 season. She is also the 16U USA Folk Style Nationals champion. Congratulations again, Corabella. And now for the nominees in boys wrestling, please stand. And the boys wrestling athlete of the year, Michael White, Lawrence North High School. Michael is unable to attend this evening, but accepting on his behalf is Mike Penrose, Athletic Director at Lawrence North. White completed his remarkable season with the state championship at the 190-pound weight class with the sparkling 47-0 record. White will wrestle at Oklahoma State University. Congratulations again, Michael White, Lawrence North. And that completes our first set of awards. Congratulations to all of the award winners we have announced so far. Let's give one more round of applause to all of our 2026 award nominees and winners. And I'll turn it back over to Brian.
All right, now it's time to do spring sports. As most of you know, because of the timing of our show, it's impossible to honor players of the year in spring sports like we do for athletes in the other sports, but we still want to recognize the hard work and skill that these spring athletes bring. IndyStar picked the top athletes in the state for each spring sport before the season started and named them to spring watch lists. These athletes were invited here tonight, and we'd like to recognize them now. So let's go ahead and start with baseball. Will all the honorees in baseball please stand? Congratulations, boys. And now for softball, if all the softball nominees could please stand. Congratulations to them. Next, we are going to recognize boys golf. If all the honorees in boys golf could please stand. I think we should just give the one boys golfer who showed up the award by default. I think he earned it. And now girls lacrosse. Will the honorees in girls lacrosse please stand? And boys lacrosse, if the boys lacrosse players could please stand. Everybody loves tennis. Will the girls tennis players who are nominated please stand? And now boys volleyball, which is presented tonight by the Indy Ignite. Will the nominees in boys volleyball please stand? Let's move on to girls track and field. Will all the track and field nominees for girls please stand? And lastly, boys track and field. Will all the boys track and field honorees please stand? Let's give one last round of applause for all these amazing athletes, and good luck to all of them on their ongoing seasons. All right, with that, we are halfway through, which means it is time for a quick break as we feature one of our sponsors.
I remember that feeling. This whole place believed. What I remember most is what it did to us. Strangers becoming family. Felt like anything was possible. That wasn't just a playoff run. That was a bond. When this place is full and this team is rolling, you feel it. We're coming back full strength. Come feel it again.
trying to get us out of here so we could watch the NBA Finals tonight, Game 3. So working on it. Go Spurs. During the school year, every week the staff at IndyStar nominated several athletes of the week as finalists, and the fans voted for the winner. At this time, we're going to ask all of the athletes here who won this award during the year to stand up and be recognized. And let's congratulate everybody as they stand up and give them a big round of applause. Congratulations to all of our athletes who were nominated and won the Athlete of the Week award during the 2025-2026 school year. Next up, we're thrilled to have Kristen Airy join us tonight and lead this special conversation with Julie Roe-Latch, Executive Vice President of External Relations for the Pacers Sports and Entertainment, and one of the most respected leaders in collegiate athletics. From her leadership at the NCAA to serving as Commissioner of the Horizon League, Julie has built a career focused on advancing student athletes and strengthening the future of sports. Please join us in welcoming Chris and Julie.
It is great to see so many outstanding student athletes in Gainbridge Fieldhouse tonight, and on behalf of Pacer Sports and Entertainment, we're thrilled to be here. 2 former high school athletes, 2 former college athletes, so it is so great to spend time. And I know, Julie, with all that you've done in your career, working at the NCAA, Commissioner of the Horizon League, and now on our staff at Pacer Sports and Entertainment, I mean, sports has been a huge part of your life.
It is, and I just want to echo your comment. Being here tonight has taken me way back, and high school sports were such an important part of my life, and I'm so inspired by all of you, the awards, but the honorees, and more importantly, the family members, and those of you who are here to support all of the athletes. Just thank you, because nobody is here alone, and that journey's been long, and it's inspirational to see everybody here.
You were a multi-sport high school athlete in Illinois, and I know your love of basketball, but it wasn't just basketball. I mean, it was track and field and softball. You loved to play, didn't you?
I did love to play, but they only cut on the softball team, just for the record. I went from a small town, a lot like the movie Hoosiers here in Indiana, and softball, they went to state a lot, but I had the chance to play volleyball and track, and found a love in high jump, or maybe low jump for me a little bit, but basketball was always my passion.
You were an All-American on the floor, academic All-American off the floor. What did playing high school sports and then moving on to the college ranks at Millikan University teach you about yourself and maybe about the business that you're in now?
Well, and I'll say for all the student athletes here, I mean, and Chris, I know you believe this too, sports is the ultimate leadership lab. You know, you go to college and there's bio labs and chemistry labs, but for me, sports, starting in high school and being able to be a role player on teams where I knew that I had a role to maybe show up in practice and I wasn't going to get a lot of playing time, and then you continue to work at it and you go to college, but the leadership lessons you learn, and we were talking about it, it's hope, it's community, it's unity, and now that I've hired a lot of people at a lot of different levels, there is a certain amount of just frankly, if you're hiring an athlete, and be proud that you are a student athlete, that means something, because there's some grit there's some work ethic, there's some determination. So always put that high on your resume. I know this isn't a career fair, but make sure you showcase what you've done on the court, in the pool, on the field, because that's going to carry you so far down the road.
Yeah, I had a nice high school career and was very fortunate enough to play on a national championship basketball team at Wabash College. And I'd like to say I was a very valuable reserve. I had a certain role, and it wasn't to be out on the floor as much as maybe you would like to be. And that's something I think sports teaches you is finding a role and how you can help a team.
100%, and you think about it too, and this goes in the career too, right? Because when you start a job, you don't know very much. I'm 6 months in here, and I'm still learning a lot, so I'm definitely in a freshman mentality, but I know I've got to have some leadership responsibilities. And I go back to, frankly, when I was asked to lead a team, my coach said, hey, you're captain this year. That means you got to step up. And that's the leadership moments we get from sport.
All the things that you've learned, you worked, 15 years in the NCAA, 10 years at the Horizon League, 5 years as the commissioner. For this group, because you guys are the cream of the crop in high school sports, leadership, strategy, vision, execution, how do you deal with that? You've been a leader your entire life. How do you deal with that to get to the execution part so that you're leading how you want to lead?
You know, I just did a podcast interview recently, and I was asked a similar question, like, what matters most? I think it's people, and I don't mean that to say cliche, but if you can't build relationships, understand where people are coming from, unify them for the vision that you are trying to get towards, whether it's, my college coach used to start off every season with some sort of mantra. And it was our senior year. We'd been Sweet 16 in the country the last 3. This was our year to make it to the Final Four. And she starts off the first preseason, 2-a-days conditioning with this, you guys, this season, it's all about the journey, it's not the destination. And we're like, what are you talking about? This is only about the destination. Now I, of course, get it. It was about the journey. It was about the training, the bus rides. I'm still friends with so many of my teammates. It was the journey that I remember. It wasn't the last game or where we finished. And to me, that's the people part. It's the relationships that you build, that, frankly, in sport, but in careers. That's why I've loved working in sports, is because I feel like I've been part of a team at every stop that I've been fortunate to be a part of.
I listened to a podcast. You talked about your dad and how you would be dropped off to play pickup basketball, and you were the only girl. It has absolutely changed over the years, seeing all these young women, no matter what sport they're playing in. How has that growth impacted you?
Oh, it's so inspirational. I mean, look where we are, right? We're on the court, the home of the Fever, and I have to pinch myself when I come to a game, which is part of my job, which is still amazing, because I am a season ticket holder and a fan. But to see the growth of women's sports, and in particular happening right here in our home state, it's why we are going to be the capital of women's sports. But I see that, of course, with Pacer fans too. But to see the growth and where we are, I think now that we're just athletes, we're student athletes, and the gender, of course, matters, and we celebrate our female and our male athletes, but we just recognize it's just fun to watch anybody put it all on the line and go for it.
And the fact that this building hosts not just the boys' state finals in basketball, the girls' state finals, volleyball was here as well. I think somebody before we got up here mentioned girl power and what is happening in this city. What's happening across the street with the brand new Fever Athletic Performance Center. You've been a part of it through Indiana Sports Corporation, leading things. This city has a real chance to lead in women's sports.
Yeah, so the Sports Corp, which is one of the sponsors, rolled out a vision, actually at a big event on the floor of Gainbridge. All roads come back to Gainbridge, evidently. But in 2024, we rolled out a vision here on our annual State of the Sports event, where we said by 2050, we're going to be the global epicenter of sport. And then we had to say, what does that mean? It means we're going to still keep hosting world-class events, but we're going to bring sports tech here. We want you to come here to study for sport education. We want you to come here if you're a sports team or a sports organization like the NCAA, who says, I want our buildings home to be in Indianapolis. And then finally, we want to be the capital of women's sports. Women leading in sports, like our boss, Mel Raines, the CEO of the Pacers and the Fever, the Ursay family that not just owns, but we have 3 women running an NFL franchise right here in our city. We are building something special here, and it's only going to get better.
And I think that says a lot for all of you, whether you're here from the Indianapolis area or throughout the state of Indiana. You had the Indy Ignite. You have, the Indy 11. You've got the Colts, the Pacers, the Fever. How much they give back and want to participate in high school sports.
It is amazing, and I didn't even know as much until I frankly joined the pro ranks and got to see behind the curtain a little bit. We do drive revenue in pro sports, but you and I were talking, we drive impact. And our sports are nothing without our community and the unity that we build. And I love the highlight reel of the Pacers when we made the run to Game 7 of the NBA Finals. I see it every night here with Fever Games. But Indy Ignite, I mean, the fact we have a pro volleyball team just up the road is amazing. And what sports can do to bring people together, I think it's like none other.
Well, we really appreciate the opportunity to spend a few minutes with you here. We know there are some great awards still left to be handed out. Julie, thanks for what you do on behalf of Pacer Sports Entertainment. We're so thrilled to have her after all her years in college sports. The important thing, though, she's here in Indianapolis making us better. So thank you very much for having us on behalf of the Pacers, the Fever, and Pacer Sports and Entertainment. Thanks for being here at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, and have a great rest of the night.
Congratulations.
Please welcome back to the stage Kyle Nedenrep and Brian Henshin.
All right, what a great interview that was, and thanks again to Julie Rowe Latch for being here with us tonight. Let's hand out our awards next for Coach of the Year. The Coach of the Year nominees are Joe Bradburn, Mount Vernon Boys Basketball, Christina Erasmus from Roncalli Volleyball, and Craig Davidson, Hamilton Southeastern Girls Soccer. Let's give them a round of applause. And this year's Coach of the Year is Christina Erasmus from Roncalli High School. I think Raz picked the farthest spot away. You okay? The Royals were dealt a devastating blow this season when senior setter Addie Haberthy tore her ACL a week before the season. Erasmus pulled up freshman defensive specialist Nora Bell, reconfigured her system accordingly, that held the team together through some early growing pains. By season's end, Roncalli was 33-5 and back-to-back 3A state champions. Congratulations, Coach Erasmus. And now we'll name the overall boys and girls athletes of the year. Let's go ahead and start with the girls. Will our girls athlete of the year finalists please stand? There's Libby Dowdy from Indian Creek High School, Molly Sweeney from Carmel High School, and Kira Smith from Warren Central High School. And the winner of this year's Girls Athlete of the Year award presented by the Indiana Fever is Molly Sweeney from Carmel High School. Sweeney was, of course, also our Girls Swimmer of the Year. She's the owner of those 13 state titles, and she fought through burnout last year, adjusted her regimen to become one of the nation's top swimmers. Congratulations to Molly. Moving on to Boys Athlete of the Year. Will our Boys Athlete of the Year nominees please stand? Michael White from Lawrence North High School, Rylan Hange from Franklin Central High School, and Miles McLaughlin from Knox High School, are our nominees this year. And the winner of the Boys Athlete of the Year award presented by the Indiana Pacers is Michael White from Lawrence North High School. Michael is already at Oklahoma State, so accepting the award on his behalf is Mike Penrose, Athletic Director of Lawrence North High School. White, a state champion with a 47-0 record in the 190-pound weight class, also became the first wrestler from Indiana to win the Ironman meet as the nation's top wrestler. White overcame major obstacles in life, including 6 months of homelessness, to become one of the most talented wrestlers in the country. We're so excited to see what he does next. Congratulations to Michael. And with that, my involvement in this show is done. I'm going to let Kyle take this thing home.
Well, I can tell you all of those finalists are definitely deserving of that award. And if you saw what Rylan Hangey did at the state track meet, unbelievable job by him, and amazing. I mean, he's going to have an amazing career ahead of him. Our next award, and thank you, Brian, again, for being my colleague and helping with the show tonight. The next task is a very cool one. We're very excited to present the IndyStar Women's Trailblazer Award, and the winner of that award this year, Teresa Wins. Wins had a 50-year career in education at the local, state, and national levels prior to her retirement in 2021. She's a South Carolina native, came to Indianapolis in 1971, and spent the next 26 years as a teacher and administrator in Indianapolis Public Schools and Warren Township Schools. She officiated the girls basketball state championship games in 1977, 81, and 86, and she went on to her role at the IHSA from 1997 to 2012, administering the sports of girls and boys soccer, girls basketball, girls and boys tennis, and she also handled the licensing of 8,000 IHSA officials. She also worked for the National Federation of High School Athletics from 2012 to 2021. You could go on and on with all the things she has accomplished in her life, but I also want to ask her a few questions before she leaves the stage. But first of all, let's give a big round of applause to Teresa Wins. Well, Teresa, because this is a high school award, I wanted to ask you about your own high school, how you got started with being involved in high school athletics, and what was the impetus behind you wanting to get involved in high school athletics?
Well, as I think about it, I am from South Carolina, and in South Carolina, we played, even though I'm from an era that you don't think about women playing, we played in South Carolina. So I started out as a high school athlete. And then when I moved to Indianapolis, somehow I matriculated to Butler University and took a class in officiating. And from there, the individuals who were responsible for programs there at Butler made recommendations to the schools around Marion County for me to go and work basketball. And so I started off with basketball. If you know the background of basketball, as far as the women is concerned, we didn't start until we were very young, and probably one of the youngest sports that IHSA has at this particular point. But it was in '76 that before we had a state tournament. I started officiating in '72, and from there I went, and I was one of the lucky ones in '76 that was chosen to work one of the games at the state tournament. So that's how I got started. And then I worked other sports. I worked volleyball, I worked some track, and I worked some swimming. So I tried to spread the wealth around, but my interest basically was with basketball. And then at some point, I was a school administrator. At some point, the IHSA had a position open, and so I worked with the IHSA for 15 years. And so it was my great privilege to work the sports of soccer, boys and girls soccer, boys and girls tennis. I worked boys golf for a while. I did gymnastics for a while, and then of course girls basketball. And then I moved on to the National Federation as a director. I was the director of sports and officials. So nationally, I was the editor for the Basketball Rules Committee, and I was the editor for the Soccer Rules Committee. And then I worked with officials training and developing entities that officials could use for their training and their trade.
And I've, it's a long career that you've had in a lot of different areas. What do you think athletes like that are sitting out here tonight, What do they benefit from by being involved in high school athletics?
You know, the benefits that they reap in being involved in high school sports, teamwork, developing camaraderie, developing the ability to work with people and in different situations. Those are traits that they can move from athletics on to whatever they decide to do within their world of education.
And you were, Judy Warren was our winner of this award last year. She played in the 1976 state championship. You refereed the next year?
I officiated that game. So, yeah, we knew each other. We know each other very well. So I was privileged to work that first game. And Judy just happened to be that person.
Well, thanks again so much. Much well-deserved award, and so happy Teresa could join us here tonight and be honored and be with us, because she's certainly done her share and more in high school athletics.
Thank you.
Another hand, please, for Teresa Wins. All right, now we're moving on to another very special set of awards. As you might have heard, this year award show has a special privilege of honoring the winner of two of the state's biggest awards, IndyStar Miss and Miss Basketball, presented by the Indiana Pacers and Indiana Fever. I'd like to welcome back to the stage Julie Rowe Latch, and she's here already, Executive Vice President of External Relations for Pacer Sports Entertainment, to present these awards. And now let's get to it. We have already honored these winners by the nature of it. Normally, we have had this done in April. We announced the winner of Mr. Basketball at that event, but we have done that already, but still want to honor them. First off, we're going to do Miss Basketball, our 2026 IndyStar Miss Basketball. At this time, will all the finalists for IndyStar Miss Basketball please stand? And the winner is Grayson Gilliard from Center Grove High School. And she just played here on Saturday, so very familiar with her surroundings. She played in the Indian All-Star game as they won that game against Kentucky. The Stanford-bound Gilliard voted IndyStar Miss Basketball following a sensational senior season that saw her average 26 points, 4 rebounds, 3 steals, as she led Center Grove to an undefeated state championship, finished her career with nearly 1,900 career points. Again, congratulations to Grayson Gilliard, Center Grove High School, and Stanford bound. All right, now it's time to honor the Mr. Basketball winner. This award goes back all the way to 1939. IndyStar, it's the oldest such award in the country, and IndyStar has proudly been part of that, and we're very proud of that fact at IndyStar for sure. I know I am. The winner's chosen by a combined vote of the state's coaches and media, and now it's time to announce that winner, as you may know already. At this time, would the finalists for Mr. Basketball please stand? And the winner of IndyStar Mr. Basketball, presented by the Indiana Pacers, Luke Ertl, Mount Vernon High School. Luke also played here on Saturday, led the Indiana All-Stars to a sweep of Kentucky, as has become custom for Indiana to do so. The Purdue recruit voted IndyStar Mr. Basketball, leading Mount Vernon to the Class 4A state championship. Along the way, had a triple-double with 22 points, 11 rebounds, and 10 assists in Mount Vernon's win over New Albany. He was named on 207 of the 230 ballots for Mr. Basketball, averaged 24.5 points, 9.9 rebounds, 6.6 assists, and 1.8 steals as a senior. I know he was up at Purdue already, I think yesterday and today, so he made his way back. Glad to have him here. Thanks, Luke. Congratulations, Luke Ertl. And moving on next to our Team of the Year. And the finalists for that: Carmel Boys Soccer, Center Grove Girls Basketball, and Brownsburg Football. And the winner of our Team of the Year award is the Carmel High School Boys Soccer Team. The Greyhounds started the season unranked with only 3 returning starters from their 2024 sectional championship team. They finished the year with only 1 loss, 10 goals against, and the program's first state championship since 2006. The title was Carmel's first under longtime coach Shane Schmidt. Congratulations again to the Carmel High School boys soccer team. And next up, this is a special award that honors greatness and strength that goes beyond the field and courts, and it's called our Courage Award. It's, I think, one of the best things that we do every year. It's not about us, it's about the athletes that we cover. And this is definitely a story that hit home with me for sure, and I'm sure with a lot of people who were involved with it. And want to present our Courage Award, and this young man was diagnosed with leukemia in 2024, was able to come back to school, was part of his team throughout the course of that season, but then came back this year again and was actually able to be part of his team in an even bigger way and get on the court and make a three-pointer, which was pretty amazing having talked to him right before that happened. Just an amazing story. And we're going to have a little video about that. But first, let's introduce our Courage Award winner, Braden Collins, Roncalli High School.
They came and they broke the news to me, and my whole family was there, and it was like, I think the way I reacted was almost like I didn't know what to think of it, you know? I couldn't even really process it. Like, everyone around me was crying, and like I didn't even start crying until they broke the news of the, like, no sports, no school, no anything for 9 months, and they planned a surgery right away for the next day to get something implanted in my chest to make it easier. And I even had my first treatment that night. So it all happened like really, really fast, kind of faster than I anticipated. I kind of just let it defeat me in a way. I was just sitting down, like, not doing anything. Like, I really couldn't do anything. I was getting sick all the time. I couldn't go anywhere. But like, compared to now where I'm up and moving, and I want to fight through that pain to prove the people that supported me right. Like, I want to show them they did all that for a reason, and like, even before I want to prove myself right, I want to prove them right.
When players or coaches talk about guys giving it all they have, he gives it all he has. We do some running and some shooting drills. We do a 5-minute shooting drill, and he'll complete that 5 minutes and he will like collapse, you know, because he doesn't have the strength, he doesn't have the endurance that he has, but he will give it his all for five full minutes. And his teammates see that, the younger guys see that, we see that. We'll use him as an example for a really long time.
I think it really did bring us together, and it shows us to appreciate each other more and like play for each other, and I think that's part of our success so far.
And now let's bring up BC Braden Collins.
Good evening.
I'd like to start off by congratulating everyone for being here. It's an honor, and you guys should all be proud of yourselves for the hard work you've put in to be blessed with the opportunity to attend tonight's banquet. With that being said, I'd like to give a huge thanks to the Pacers and Fever for giving us an opportunity to celebrate on their grounds. I would also like to thank everyone who spent time coordinating the event. And lastly, I'd like to personally thank Kyle and Christine Tanes for taking their time to help me and let me share my story with the world. I'd also like to thank my friends, family, teammates, doctors, nurses, care team, administrators, and the whole Roncalli community for sticking by my side through my battle. It's truly an honor to stand before you tonight and be able to share my story with each and every one of you. It means the world to me, not because I'm getting an award, but because all the sick children still fighting their fight deserve the recognition, awareness, and support that I had. To be able to shine the light on Riley Hospital and all the children still being taken care of means way more to me than any award ever could. With that being said, I'm still very thankful to receive this award and will use it in no other way than to give every fighting child the recognition they deserve. I'm not up here to tell you my battles, my rough points, what I went through, or all the pain it caused. Long story short, it was nothing short of hell itself. On the contrary, I'm here to explain how much the simplest of gestures meant to me during the darkest days of my life. As a friend, family member, or simply just a community member of anyone battling sicknesses, I promise you, doing even the slightest thing to make them feel seen and normal is enough to brighten their day and sometimes even their whole week. For me, it changed my whole perspective of how to go about my battle. For a long time, I sat around, I moped, I cried, I lost all the hope, determination, focus, fight, competitiveness, edge, and spirit inside me. I lost every single thing that made me myself, and I was at complete rock bottom. It didn't take long for friends and family to notice, which is exactly why they took initiative. Although I was fighting my battle physically, they were fighting it for me mentally. The brain and its thoughts, it's a scary place to be by yourself. They never let me be by myself. They didn't let me get down. They didn't let me sit around and cry my life away. They sat with me in silence the days I couldn't speak. They provided for me when I couldn't provide for myself, and they brought a smile back to my face for the first time in months. Somehow they always knew what I needed before I even knew what I needed myself. For example, my basketball coach visited me the very first day I was admitted to the hospital. My phone blew up with continuous texts, calls, and emails from people simply checking in and seeing if they could do anything to help. It honestly felt like the whole community itself stopped everything they were doing to take care of me and make sure I knew that they were with me. After missing my whole junior year, on the first day of senior year, my friends surprised me at my front door to welcome me back and ride with me to school. It was something I'll never forget and helped me gain the confidence that school is going to be okay. That is my why. It's why I get up every single day with the determination to not let the cancer get me. It's why I practically work myself to death to get the opportunity back on the basketball court. It's why I will never take another day for granted ever again, and it's why I will forever be grateful for the path God has led me down. It doesn't take a huge gesture to change someone's life. Sometimes knowing they have your support is all it takes. I started noticing that I was not bettering myself for my own pleasure, but to see the smiles on everybody's faces, who spent all the time, energy, and money into getting me back on my feet. I wanted them to know that it was worth it and that I will use it to be better than I ever was. It was my way of saying thank you, because words could never describe what they did for me. So again, to the friends or family who know someone struggling or battling illness, show up for them. Be the light in their darkness, help them find their feet. It'll mean more to them in the long run than they will ever be able to comprehend. And to anybody currently battling anything physically or mentally, absolutely never give up. There will be days, you'll have your moments. The most important part is how you respond. Never back down, give all your struggles and worries to God, and let Him handle them. If you do your part, I promise He will do His. There's a purpose for every single hardship we go through. It may take time, but eventually it'll make sense and it'll all be okay. There are always brighter days ahead. With God by our side, we can do all things. Never change who you are, lean on your faith, embrace the fight, and come out on top. No matter how hard you fall to rock bottom, always remember all the people you have to help you up. For me, and honestly in most cases, I believe you have to hit rock bottom to find who you truly are, what you truly value, who means the most to you, and how you feel about yourself. I found an answer quickly. I'm a competitor. I get back up, I work through struggles, and I hit harder. And so should everybody else. It took the help of a whole community, but they eventually got me back on my feet. And as far as hitting harder goes, I'm pretty sure anyone who knows me, even remotely, can confidently tell you that I'm beating cancer's ass.
Well, the first time I interviewed BC, we just did it on audio, and I was like, man, it'd be good to come back and get him on video talking. He's like, I'm not very good at doing interviews. And I said, you're lying because you're great at this. And as you just heard, he tells his story really well. And it's truly why I love covering high school sports, is stories like BC's. It's not always about the best athletes or the greatest, it's fun to cover those type of athletes, but a lot of the reason that I love doing this is stories like his, and it's inspiring just to listen to him tonight, and not only what he's done, because he was at a very low point just 2 years ago, June of 2024, so to see where he's come now, I think kind of shows what high school sports is all about. So once again, big round of applause for Braden Collins. And that's all for our awards tonight. What a great show. Congratulations to all of this year's winners. A huge thank you to the athletes, parents, coaches, community supporters for celebrating with us tonight. And before we go, for sure, I wanted to give a huge thank you again to our presenting sponsor, the Indiana Pacers, Indiana Fever, and a big thanks to our supporting sponsors as well, the Indiana Sports Corp, Indy Ignite, and Indy 11. We absolutely could not do this without them. And also big thanks to the IndyStar sports staff, sports editor Nat Newell, everybody who's been involved with this, Andrew Inslee, Kelly Richards says she deserves a beer after this or something because she has done a phenomenal job. Ryan Martin, Brian Henshin, our sports staff, Josh Aaron, Mark Ray, who are here tonight helping out as well. IndyStar, we cover high school sports really well. I'm really proud of what we do here, so definitely thank all of our staff who's here tonight. Want to take a moment also to thank someone who helped bring the great energy tonight to the evening. DJ No, thank you for keeping the music going, the atmosphere upbeat, and helping make this celebration truly special for our athletes, families, and communities. One more round of applause for No. And as we conclude, I'd really like all of the award winners to make your way up to the stage for a group photo. All of the nominees and winners, you can visit the website to download shareable graphics. And again, thanks again for joining us here for the 2026 IndyStar High School Sports Awards. It's been a great night, everybody. Thanks so much.
Attention award recipients, please make your way to the stage for a group photo. Again, if you won an award this evening, please go to the stage for a group photo.